But what has changed was a drastic thing that changed my lifestyle. A road accident and a back injury and then a wheelchair user. It took me 3 years to accept this life. And it took me another 2 years to really want to understand what disability is all about. It is a personal experience, actually, for me coming home. And I belong to all the constituency, literally, of Mandera County. Nimezaliwa huko Dandu. And my father is a pastoralist. Ametembea huko na huko na aka-establish dynasty yake Kutulu. MCA yangu iko hapa Golo. And then as a last born, my mother alishindikana na maisha ya ufugaji. She came and settled hapa Mandera town with my maternal uncles. Hapa ndio nilisomea standard 1 mpaka standard 4. I mean form 4. Mandera Boys Town Primary School. Watu ya Mandera Boys Town tupatie nduru. Wako? Mandera Secondary School. I'm very glad Mheshimiwa Faisal and many other MCS here, we have been both in Mandera Boys Town and Mandera Secondary School together. So for me, Maziri, this is a personal, actually, and I was here last 2017, 7 years ago. So it is more of a homecoming for me. And Waziri, a lot has changed, I must admit. The role marginalized communities or counties cannot be ignored. No, sorry. A lot has changed, I must admit. The role devolution has played in improving public amenities, especially in the far-flung and historically marginalized counties, cannot be ignored. For Northerners, we grew up without developmental indicators such as tarmac. You have seen tarmac, isn't it? I saw the first time tarmac in Garissa when I was going to Kenyatta University. You can imagine. And it's not so long ago. Electricity, for example, though it is erratic as you saw, I still vividly remember that the first time I ever saw tarmac was in Garissa when I was traveling to Nairobi to join Kenyatta University. We used to hilariously say that we are finally traveling to Kenya. Courtesy of devolution, we have now some semblance of equality and equity, you know, and a strong sense of now belonging that we too are proudly Kenyans. We are no longer saying we are going to Kenyans. We are now proudly Kenyans. A lot has changed, as I have said, Waziri and His Excellency, and a lot has changed, and so have I. I said I schooled here, but what has changed was a drastic thing that changed my lifestyle. A road accident and a back injury and then a wheelchair user. It took me 3 years to accept this life. And it took me another 2 years to really want to understand what disability is all about. Today, some of my best friends were people of Mandera Boys Town who had disabilities. I never thought I would one day become a disabled man and become their close friends. But as fate will have it, they are the ones who taught me tricks on how to use this wheelchair and how to accept, you know, that you look different, but kubali uko ndani. And through them and many interactions with friends with disabilities across the country, I came to appreciate that ulemavu is not about our impairment. It's about the barriers across different forms of disability. My form of disability, barrier kubwa ni vile tunajenga manyumba zetu, maofisi zetu, huko ndani. So unaona sasa iko ramp, nimekuja bila, lakini kama ingekuwa hii stairs ningeongea huko. That is the disability. Mtu ambaye haoni, communication. Mtu ambaye hasikii ni communication. So it taught me a lot. And that made me to combine with other persons with disability in this region. And we formed the first disabled persons organization in this region called Nondo. I think everybody knows Nondo. And you know it with the flagship event, the Desert Wheel Race. We use the sport to tell the story of disability differently in this region. To fight stigma, to fight labeling, to fight attitudes. For the purpose of launching this report, Waziri, we choose Mandera County for the symbolic essence it possesses. It is distance from the capital and perceived distance from the government itself. It is arid conditions weather extremities, and nomadic lifestyle of the communities give the perfect mix where social protection is really the artery of life.